Hi, everybody. I'm here stealing some games from Quackalope's collection, Jesse and Shira's collection.
I have a very aggressive statement to make.
Make it.
You picked 10 games?
I picked 11.
I have no idea what any of these are.
Woo!
I will be giving you one before you leave my house.
I've already chosen which one you're giving him. I know some of them, so don't you worry. This works out well.
But don't give me the one, because I need you to not ruin my bit, which is my first bit. So I'm going to say the first one that I say you can't give me, because it's
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm putting some threat on you now.
I know.
You thought you were going to be intimidating us by stealing games. Shira's going to be arguing to keep them all. I am legitimately going to be sending you home with at least one of these.
I know gift giving is your love language, and I figured that might be the case. So I tried to pick games from their personal collection that they would love, and they couldn't.
Shira would never let go anywhere, basically.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a series that I want to start doing whenever I visit people's houses. I think it's awesome. We all have these varied collections, and you guys have a enormous collection on multiple floors, and it's been like a little candy treasure trove for me.
It's a little rude of you, honestly.
For me to root through, you know. And so I wanted
Is
to.
Root there?
Root's not there.
You can have it.
Yeah, and so I wanted to. I want to do this. I like this as a sort of conversation piece because I can talk about games that I've heard of but don't quite know that much about.
You filmed one of these, I know, with Alex from Board Game Con, right?
I did.
Is that out before or after this?
I think that's going to come out after this. Yeah,
big stuff coming.
Big stuff.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. It'll be your first episode of this series ever.
Yeah, I mean, I broke into. Well, I was dog sitting.
You broke into your friend's house and you stole games from him.
I was dog sitting. I broke into my friend's house. I stole games from him. But I like this a lot more because I like having the people here to talk about, right? Because I'm a social guy, and I like hanging out with you two, and I've had a lovely week just hanging out with you two as well, and so I thought I'd repay that by taking everything you hold dear. But first, there is an honorable mention that you cannot give me because I just want to make it clear that I'm not stealing this game, that I have the option to steal this game, and I am not stealing this game because Renee really loves it and she wants a copy of it, and it was in Yuval's house as well, and she was mad that I didn't pick it to steal, so I wanted to make sure.
This is an amazing game.
You're just doing this for Renee, basically.
I'm just doing this for Renee.
You're stealing
for Renee to know that I had the option, and I'm not.
And you're
not.
And not only that, but you won't let us give you a copy?
Correct.
Am I allowed to give Renee a copy? Because I would like to, right now, unless you veto it, offer this copy of Chinatown to the lovely Renee.
See, this is awful, because this is why you were going to come out before
I would like
Alex.
to offer that.
Because Alex did the same thing.
Yeah, so just so you know.
He gave you Chinatown?
He gave me Chinatown. And so now, I knew
Do you have Chinatown in your car?
I have it downstairs. And so that's why I was going to put you guys first.
Gotcha.
So maybe this comes out after Alex.
No, it's got to come out first.
Okay, it's got to come out first.
It's still got to come out first.
Yeah, I should have known.
He just want 2 copies.
I should have known that you're too generous, you know? I should have known that I'm hanging out.
What you should have done is you said, under no circumstances can you give Renee a copy of this.
Yeah, but I don't want to be that.
And then accepted Alex's.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Under no circumstances can you get... No, it's done now. We've seen the generosity here.
Why does Renee like this game?
Renee absolutely loves Chinatown, and she's horrible at it.
Okay.
She's so bad at it. And I try to give her...
Those are some of the most fun people to play with.
Yeah, she's just chaos. She's a chaos trader, and I try desperately to make good trades with her, and she always shuts me down and takes worse trades.
This was such a stressful game. I played it for the first time a few weeks ago. It's one of Jesse's favorite games.
Yeah. Shira sits quiet and doesn't get engaged.
I was waiting for everything to happen, and it was the real-time element.
It's just chaos.
I know my market value. Mm-hmm. I will scream someone down if necessary.
Yeah.
No.
And then when they come back to me looking for a pretty good deal on a trade, I'll look them dead in the eye and say, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah. That's the beauty of Chinatown. It is just pure negotiation, right?
It's a bit of area control, and it's pure bidding and negotiation. Yeah. Really lovely. If you love an over-the-table type of game where you're working with the people around the environment instead of the game itself, man, Chinatown sets a great presence.
Yeah. So
and if you don't like talking to anyone, but you want a similar game, play Acquire.
Oh, yeah.
It has a very similar feel.
Yeah,
you just don't have to do with the players around the table. But
That's very true.
Getting pieces on the board, doing the area control,
and you're getting money.
Stocks.
Stocks. And that's actually a really good comparison.
Vote for Acquire.
Vote for Acquire. So that's Chinatown. That's the honorable mention. And then honorable mention number 2.
Oh, double on.
Yeah, because that was for Renee. This is the 11th game that I'm stealing, and I would steal it because I know you love it. In fact, I know it's, at least to my knowledge, your current number 1 game of all time. At least the last top list that you did. I'm stealing Bus from your collection. The 20th anniversary edition, too.
It's literally out of print.
I can't find a copy of this game, and I so badly want to just give this to you right now. You can't have Bus. You can't have it.
We're on a roll.
It's such a good game.
Have you played Bus?
I haven't played Bus. I just know it's your number 1, and
I
so
can't believe you
such an elegant game.
Yeah,
it is the most elegant game I've ever played.
Have you played Other
It's
Squatters?
route building.
I haven't played Other
It's
Squatters.
route building and
I've played
victory
no
point
Squatters.
scoring, where the unique part is everyone has 20 action cubes.
Yeah.
You can spend any number any number that you want every turn, and so other people could be farther along in the game than you are. Points matter to this degree.
Yeah.
6 points in this game, pretty darn solid. Like every single
Because you have a
decision
dumb
you
track
make
that goes up
is
to like
weighted.
20
Yeah.
to make you feel bad and miserable by yourself because you're like, I scored 4 points. I'm doing so well.
But just a brilliant game.
It's just like clawing for those points.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my
It's like
honorable
a-
mention. I would never steal that from you because
He's
I'm...
leaving soon.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure this stays in my sight.
Yes.
Before he
Very
goes, it's been
valuable.
really nice having you
Yeah, it's
here.
been lovely,
nice
lovely having you.
here.
That's one. We got him. So
She's like, what can I give away from this list?
I am going to give away something from this list.
There are some that you cannot give away under no certain circumstances.
I want one of those.
The one that I was going to allow you to give away was that one right over there.
I know it was Chinatown. I knew you
I'm
said
not
that.
super attached to it. I have acquired.
All right, my number 10 is a game that I also feel might be out of print. It's by Come On, and I've heard really good things about it. I know there were some little items in it in the Come On Time Vault, and so I was in a group buy, and so I picked up a couple of those for someone and got it to them. And so that made me interested in this game. It's Dogs of War, but I don't really know much about it. That's why it's lower on the list.
This is a 5+-ish player game. I think this is unpunched as well because I play other people's copies.
Oh, yeah.
I bought this the moment after I'd played it for the first time, and I thought I had some of the promos in here. I'm not sure if I do or not, but this is a game all about placing down your supporters in different lanes and fighting to have the kingdom or the princedom that you want to win be in the winner's seat. But you don't know who other people have, and they don't know who you have. So it's a little bit of negotiation, it's a little bit of bidding, it's a little bit of like feeling out what the ecosystem of the game is and deciding on battles that you could win or lose depending on what might give you better results.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely game.
Out of print. You are correct
It is
about
out of print, yeah.
And it's very out of print.
It's very out of print. And so I try also not everything's going to be out of
I'll
print.
be in the maybe pile.
Not everything is going to be.
It has to be in the maybe pile. I don't know what else is going to be available.
I correct. It is in the maybe pile. I'm not super attached to it. I haven't played it yet, and I'm not going to play it and I get too attached to it. So this is a maybe pile.
That's a maybe pile. Okay, maybe pile over there.
That's a no.
That's a terrifying maybe pile. Let's keep going. Wow.
Yeah,
This is great. I hate this video.
Perfect. That's my goal with
This is
all of my
intentional.
room and board videos is to make sure that nobody likes them.
Number 10.
This one, and now I do have a very huge caveat. I know you have a couple copies of this because you backed it together. You both have a copy of this, but specifically, this one is Shira's. Just to make it a bit...
Shira's copy?
Shira's copy.
Okay.
Just because I know there's...
You cannot give away my copies of games. That's fine.
No. Or just because I thought it'd make it a bit
Shira's
spicier.
This is Shira's
and this
copy,
also
though.
makes it more personal to Shira.
It does.
Rather than if I was stealing Jesse's copy.
The answer is no.
It's Beast. Beast is
By
a
Studio
game...
Mid-Hall. Oh my gosh. This is a hidden movement game, one versus many. And it is exquisite. The one person takes the role of this epic monster, and everyone else are these hunters, villagers trying to rescue the sheep and the pigs and do a hidden movement. It's mind-boggling. The monster's trying to capture the hunters, and the hunters are trying to capture the monster.
Artwork is beautiful.
The artwork is
flavor text is great.
beautiful. The components are amazing.
Scenarios
and yes,
change
I
based off
personally
of what you're playing.
backed this after playing it with separate from Jesse, and so my copy is coming. Jesse's copy has
Shira,
not.
hear me out. Hear me out. I have a copy of this.
No.
I have Shira.
No.
We can give
No.
him your copy.
No.
But I've got one.
Your copy will never come.
I've got it, though.
Where is it?
Well, it's...
What
I
country?
have one coming.
Yeah?
We know the publisher on this one.
No.
Yeah, Beast I thought looked really
Have you
good.
played it yet?
I haven't played
It's
it,
great.
but I remember the Kickstarter. I remember thinking it was like really neat. It was probably my pick of the week
can sneak this
that
on
week.
You will not have a place to live after that.
She does own the
Yes.
house.
Yeah, so Beast looks really cool. That's why I wanted to put it in. I thought it looks really
It's a
neat.
really good game.
Renee's not a huge fan of hidden movement, but I
There,
quite
but
enjoy it.
Renee, I'm saving you for your sake. You will never see peace.
Wow, what kindness Shira has given to.
Yeah, see?
Very-
You're just looking out.
very
Women
kind.
supporting women.
Yes.
It's perfect. All right,
Let's
next.
see what other options. I understand you do have a copy coming. I'm not going to be completely unreasonable. That's a copy that actually we have a second one coming. This is out of print. So, I mean, there's a hierarchy of your games here. We'll talk.
Next one is also a game. They're kind of organized in what I know the
I hate
least
this
about.
list.
Okay.
Versus
Oh.
as we go up, I know more and more about the game. So this is kind of the last one on the list where I
Haven't played
honestly
it, don't know anything.
Beast should have been probably a little bit higher. Beast should probably have been over this.
Okay.
But this is the order now, and it's definitive.
Please tell me it's Monopoly Anniversary Edition.
You got it, Monopoly
You can
Anniversary
have it.
Edition.
Yours.
Also known as Roccoco.
gosh.
This beautiful deluxe edition. I love the theme. I love it's all about making dresses.
Here's
right?
my problem. If I give
It's still
this
in
to
shrink,
you...
Did you notice?
Oh, yeah. So I have a habit. I leave games in shrink until I'm ready to play them.
Yep.
But I have played most of the games that are in shrink in my house.
Yeah.
Roccoco I played probably 5-6 times.
Yeah.
This is one of Jan's favorites. Played it with multiple different game groups. I purchased this copy after falling head over heels in love with it. It's a Euro game with a little bit of deck building elements.
Cool.
Really, really lovely, beautiful artwork. Has that Eagle Griffin deluxeified spit on it. I've told you many times.
It's not a
you need to play
Stefan
it.
Feld, so...
It's not. Here's my problem. If I gave this to you, it would be like handing you my credit card. Because I would have that at least. So that is
You
probably
cannot get this over.
that's probably worth way more, but I at least know I'm never going to get it again.
Right.
This I have to go out and buy.
You have to go out and
So
get
do
it.
I want to give you a game or just money? Right? Because I love Roccoco.
Yeah.
And I am more likely to play this than I am Dogs of War. That's the other challenge.
Which
Well,
file
that's
is
true.
it going to
I
go
want,
on to?
I want
Yeah.
that in my collection,
Yeah.
but I have to have this.
Yeah.
Roccoco's lovely.
Well, and I've heard great things, and I also picked this because you have a lot of Lacerda games too that I was contemplating to add to
We
this
have,
list.
I believe, every
We have
Lacerda.
every
Yeah.
Lacerda
And
game.
so-
Shira wanted to do a whole series on them all.
did.
Oh, nice.
It's my goal to play through every Stefan Feld and every Lacerda game
Cool.
as just as a mental challenge for
Yeah,
myself.
and I'd like to play every Reina Knizia, you know?
Yeah.
We've all
yeah.
got goals.
Yeah. Just that's not a long list at all.
600-700
Yeah, no, it's not,
design
not big.
projects under his belt. Yeah.
But yeah, so Roccoco got the nod in terms of that sort of chonky Euro game, just because I really love fashion
Over
themes.
there. We'll consider that. We'll consider that.
Check out the price.
I love the concept of fashion themes like dressmaking or
Yeah.
those sorts of things. I don't think there are like a few offhand that I can think of, and then no more. So I like themes that are kind of unique, and that kind of draws me in.
Sure.
Which like honestly draws me into Bust, draws me into Bust and Beast, draws me into Bust. But that's a different conversation. Moving
You're
along.
like, trade
Inch
it back.
that over. No. Put that on that stack, too.
My
We've
stack can't get too tall, dear.
we've got an aggressive stack going on.
This one is kind of part of a trilogy.
Shira just bought this. I saw the corner.
you
of
just
it.
saw
She
the
just
corner
bought
of it.
this.
Shira just bought it.
This is absolutely no. I spent
I
my
know.
own freaking money on it, and this doesn't get created again. No.
But I think there's going to be another campaign of this coming out soon, or there's another version of it.
There's another iteration.
Iteration.
The company currently has a Kickstarter live. It is not the same game.
Oh, it's not the
Back-
same
have you
game.
backed this new Kickstarter?
I have not backed this new Kickstarter
You're
yet.
considering it, though.
I'm always considering it.
Because
Ever since Shira publicly said she didn't like the last
I didn't like the
version,
last one.
They-
Yucatan. I
they've
did not
become
like
less
Yucatan.
interested in sending us stuff.
Correct. But the new one is actually intriguing to me. I haven't researched the coverage on it. I know it just went live this week, and so I still have time.
So you
Galactic
like that.
Renaissance,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm intrigued with it, with the space theme, and because I like so many others. This is from Matago Games. This is Cyclades. This is an area control with Greek mythology. You are paying to take actions based on the Greek gods that are out. There's like Hades, there's Zeus, there's Poseidon, there's a couple more. There's I think Athena. You're trying to take these actions, and these actions will give the player who wins the right to take that action a unique action on the board. They'll either be able to put out ships, they'll be able to put out army men, they'll be able to build a building. They'll be able to do one type of action, but no other player on the table is going to do that type of action for that turn. And so you are both trying to outbid your opponents in money that if you don't want them to take an action that'll be deadly for you, you are also trying to get the action that you want, and you are trying to win the game. There's so many competing elements here. The same gods don't come out from round to round. One god gets hidden. And then it's a tight economy game.
Yeah, I'm happy to give this to you.
After we just did such a wonderful... This is on my top 10 list.
I know it is, and
the nice thing is we don't have to agree on anything or everything, sweetheart.
This is in the list because I haven't played this, but I have Kemet. And I've played Inish, and I really like Inish.
I know. Inish.
I almost took Inish, but because I've played it and I haven't played this.
At the same time that I bought this, I bought Kemet as well.
Oh yeah, I saw them next to each other on the shelf.
Kemet and Cyclades are both bought.
She was purchasing things that she just had to have in her collection as she came back.
Yes. I was just like, there's these games that I want to play with my friend groups that we don't own, we don't always have easy access to, and I'm going to find them online.
Yeah.
And I did. Wrapped in Shrink as hyper. I'm joining you in the Shrink
in the Shrink army. I always tear the Shrink open because then I can pretend that I
actually love looking at a game and saying, that's still perfect, and I've played it a dozen times.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that feels good.
I like saying, look, I've definitely played all these games. I'm the best board game boy that ever board gamed.
Wow, you must be a real board game boy.
Yeah, I'm a real board game boy. Okay, so my next one I have played, and I am going to get a copy when it's back in stock.
Or you might get one now.
Or I might get one now. This game is awesome. It's a polyomino game with tech tracks as well. And
have you considered that the joke of this whole video series is you actually do steal games? When
does this have a roundabout circle in the middle?
It has a big old lazy Susan in the middle.
He's not taking Planet Unknown.
It's Planet Unknown.
This is a glorious game.
It's so good. No, as soon as it comes back in stock, I'm purchasing it. Like, I played this...
I almost would feel bad
to deny the publisher the money that you are going to spend.
No. I would almost feel bad on behalf of the publisher to give you this game, not because it's not an incredible game, but it's just almost offensive to a game that we will get to the table multiple times over the next 3 months. Yeah. So good.
It's so good. It really is.
This comes out the variability with this game because every single board and every single tech track, like every single personal track that you are going up are slightly different, and you can mix and match them in so many different ways. You have this lazy Susan that's sitting in the middle of the table, and the person who's the active turn player picks the piece that they want, and then every other person has to pick from the depot that's in front of them, whether they like that depot or not. They have a choice of 2 pieces.
Some screwage if you're careful.
It's crazy. You're filling out your board and trying to match terrains to go up your track. Yeah, that's on that side.
That's an awesome game.
It's a fantastic game. It was my number one game. Yeah, I played it. There's a small little board game convention. It's like a big board game meetup. It's called Niagara Board Game Weekend. Happens in Niagara Falls around like January.
We're very close to Niagara Falls, by the way.
You should come.
We could come next.
You should come. Like, honestly, it's a really fun time. Everybody just brings a bunch of games, and you walk around and you see a game you like. You say, hey, whose is this? And they say, yeah, play it. Like, it's just like a really great community sort of event over the course of a weekend. My goal was to play a bunch of new games. I did a 2-part video on the channel, which you may have seen.
Nice.
And Planet Unknown was my number 1 of that weekend.
Have you done your top 10?
It was so good. I'm doing my top 10. It might have been released before this because I'm doing it when I hit 10K. And so I'm so close that I'm going to do top 20.
Filmed it yet?
I haven't filmed it yet.
Oh,
I haven't filmed it yet. I have picked it.
Okay.
I've picked it. I haven't filmed it.
It took me so long to do mine. I feel bad for you.
I'm doing my top 20.
And then I haven't gone back to change it because not enough has moved yet.
Yeah.
I need like 50% movement to justify that.
I agonized over my top 10 list. I went through like my entire BG stats and I ranked every single game I had ever played, and then I went through everything I had ranked a 5 out of 5. Then I ranked that, and then I had like my top 40, and then I went through my top 20. And then I went through my top 10. It was a nightmare process. Jesse was pressuring me for weeks to do this game.
But your top 10 is actually great. I love Shira's top 10.
We put a lot of work.
Work into that. If you haven't seen it, you should go over it.
It's where we would like to go in the future.
Yeah.
That took that was about 2 days of production. I think.
Yeah. But it's a lot more very fun
production on the back end.
A lot more emotional production. All right, so that's Planet Unknown. It honestly was a little lower on the list, mainly because I've talked about it so positively in another video, and I like to highlight different games.
Are they running another print run?
I assume they are. Like, I'm ready to hear. Like, it's one of those games where I was like, yeah. Done. This next one is by one of the publishers on the table, one of the publishers on that side of the table. I guess there's a few. It's a game that honestly was an alternate. I swapped something out. I think I swapped out Encyclopedia for this. I was going to steal Encyclopedia from you, and then I decided.
Encyclopedia's glorious.
I mean, because I feel the pull, and I feel the pull especially because it's harder to get now. But I had a chance to get it. And I didn't pull the trigger, and I was like, okay, if I didn't pull the trigger, then why am I stealing it now? It's just because I feel the sort of FOMO, right? Yeah. But so this was an alternate in that. I was like, you know what? I didn't see this. It was sitting under Roccoco, and I didn't see it when I pulled Roccoco out. I saw it, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try this. It's Food Chain Magnate. And I grabbed this because it was beside it.
So I've played the catch-up expansion.
Yeah.
I played it as well.
Really like mixing the catch-up expansion. This is probably my least favorite Splatter game at the moment.
This I'm actually willing to part with because this game frustrates me.
So we
it pisses
are
me
hoping.
off. I cannot win at this game. I cannot get a decent strategy. We have a fantastic game group. We play 18xx, we play Splatters, we play Euros. We play a lot of heavy games, and they own a copy of Catch-up Expansion and Food Chain. So I know we will continue to play it.
We're hoping to do a 3-month period where we get about 7 or 8 games in that period of time, so we can really build long-term strategies here.
Yeah.
But Food Chain Magnate is probably the most ruthless Splatter game in our collection.
It is ruthless.
And I have played all top 5 Splatter games, right? We did a whole series of content on the channel about them.
Yeah, this is definitely, I would agree, this is probably one of my least favorite Splatter games. Our game group loves it, but I just cannot, playing it so infrequently, you cannot get your strategy down.
Yeah.
And if you mess up within the first 3 turns, you could be out of the game for the rest of a 3 to 4 hour experience, which is just not fun.
Yeah, that's always a tough thing in a game. I know that this is going to be very, very heavy getting to heavy to get to the table, and so that also there were a couple where I was like, that's good, but realistically, like with my time and mental capacity,
do you have a game group that will fit this? It's 2 to 5 players, 2 to 6 players.
2 to 5. What's the best player count?
3?
I think
4?
I think it's a 3 or 4. I'm not entirely sure.
I can see it getting a lot at 2.
It's definitely not the higher player count.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it does well at 2.
Interesting.
So
that's good.
You'd have to look at BG stats. But do you have a game group that is into heavy?
I have specific people who are into heavy.
Sure.
Like my main go-to is like I tend to do heavy with 2.
Okay.
And then so with 3 to 4, if it is at 3 to 4, then that would give me pause. Which I have to qualify now if I'm gonna.
He's receiving one of these games on this side.
I better make sure that it's.
Dogs of War is only going to be like a 5 or 6 type of game.
Yeah. But if it's
not as heavy,
it's not as heavy, right? Okay. Like if you have. Yeah.
He does attend some conventions throughout the year. He can bring some games too.
Yeah, I can get larger groups, but just in terms of often too. While I can. I can talk about it when I get to it. Though my larger group likes to play one specific game, and so we play that a lot. And so like,
what's your next one?
My next one was too heavy for me to bring up the stairs, so I just brought a little small proxy thing for it. I've actually loaded it already in the car.
It's either Kingdom Death or Oathsworn.
It's neither of those.
Oh.
Think of the physically heaviest game that you might own.
Chip Theory.
Too many bones.
You cannot take our trove chest.
I'm taking the trove chest. This is representing the entire trove chest, the entire content.
They organized my trove chest for me. Mind you, it is backwards, and Jesse's an abomination for organizing that trove chest. But this is West's lifestyle game. This is
giving it away.
You already gave away a trove chest. You already giving away our current trove chest.
Everything's in it. We have all the expansions.
The child is in there. You heard giving away.
I've played Too Many Bones. I have a review of Undertow on the channel, and I reviewed the Automaton of Shale, and I really enjoy the system.
It's West's, I believe, favorite.
It's his lifestyle.
It's his lifestyle game.
Yeah, it is almost a lifestyle game, right? Like
it has to be.
It is because there's so much
content. The
content.
amount of rules and the amount of upkeep and maintenance that you need to regularly do upon yourself, so that you can pull it out when you want to.
Yeah, for sure. And it feels. It's also one of those games where the characters are so exciting that they just draw you in, and it's just like, okay, maybe I'll just get one character, just one more character. You know what I mean?
Do you like other Chip Theory titles?
I do. Yeah, I've only played Burn Cycle as well, but I enjoyed Burn Cycle. I haven't played Cloudspire, and Cloudspire almost made it up here, but then again, in terms of that sort of like
Shira's
complexity
trying to learn Cloudspire.
and actually getting it to the table, I know I wouldn't get it to the table.
I'm intrigued
right?
by Cloudspire a lot. I'm intrigued by Too Many Bones.
Hoplomachus is glorious.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have to run some commentary on Shira's solo playthrough of Hoplomachus.
That would be good.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to go check out Shira's solo playthrough of Zombicide White Death, because myself and Wes were doing commentary in the background, and it was just really fun to film.
I had a devil and an angel on my shoulder telling me what I was doing wrong through the game.
It was the game ended too quickly. It was
don't give away spoilers.
So how many more do we have down here?
We've got 3 more.
Okay.
We've got 3 more down there. We're up to the top 3, and this honestly was another swap right now. I can tell you what it replaced first.
Okay.
It replaced the Heavenfall expansion and the Druids expansion to Massive Darkness.
Sure.
Because I really like Massive Darkness, but I've also talked about it a lot on the channel.
And those are big enough they could be games unto themselves.
Exactly. And so I was like, you know what? I only have the core pledge. I'll probably add those little things to it at some point. But because I've talked about it on the channel, I'm like, you know what? It's cut. I can get that in some other time. This is kind of also inspired by what we were playing last night. And it is another Ivy Studio game. We were playing a playthrough of Fractured Skies, which is coming out. But I am stealing... I know the actual big one is up there, but I saw it downstairs. This is the smaller...
it's the prototype version.
This was the prototype version. This is Mythic Mischief. Mythic Mischief just seems like a heck of a lot of fun.
So I'll tell you a secret.
Yeah.
Guys over at Ivy, they're really good people. We just need to email them this video. You might get a copy of Mythic Mischief. They're really...
yes.
Well, you'd be off the hook then.
People.
That's
yeah, you got an audience, you got a platform, you got people that watch and pay attention. I'm sure they would love to see you play it. This is
You're about
really
to cover
lovely,
Fractured Sky there.
This is a really lovely head-to-head abstract game.
Yes,
asymmetric player powers, controlling all states of the board.
There's a solo variant, 2 players, 4 players, craziness.
Yeah.
This is like the one abstract that Jesse continues to beat me at. It is an embarrassment to my claim as a board game player.
Not a board gamer.
But it reminds me of Santorini as well, too, right?
Santorini
Which I really, really like.
But this... You can, like we say it all the time on our channel, you can manipulate the board, you can manipulate your pieces, you can manipulate the other person's pieces. And like, you just manipulate so much stuff. And usually in an abstract, you're only manipulating one thing.
Yeah. And I love variable player powers as well, and that's what this has got in spades. I love Veiled Fate, which I have from Ivy Studios. And so
we gotta get you hooked on Moonrakers.
My friend is getting Moonrakers, so don't need to steal that. So this would, and you're sending me home with a smaller copy of Fractured Skies, which I put the box there somewhere.
A very playable copy.
There's gonna be a review on the channel as well. Get it in order to
and hopefully,
talk about it, because we played it and I really enjoyed it, and I want to play it a few more times and talk about it. And that's why I was
pass
like,
1 million, and then there's a 5 reasons not to bet.
Exactly. Yeah, you might get a preview and a 5 reasons.
I just want every campaign to reach 5 million, to reach $1 million, so that you have more work to do. Every time it reaches $1 million, I'm going to be like, hey, George, you're behind. I
know. I need to go home and film the Elder Scrolls 5 Reasons. That's what I need to do.
You're so behind now. It's like way past $1 million.
It's at $2 million now.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I know everyone in the Discord is saying like, hey, so we can back it? So we're okay. Let's hit 2 million. You haven't come out with the video. It's completely fine to back it, right? Like, I guess we should spend the money. And I'm like, it's coming, I swear.
It's not a bit of criticism for it. Good.
Yes, that's my number 3, Mythic Mischief. Just, really exciting. And Ivy Studios, they do really good stuff. They really do. Like, I've been very impressed. I was so impressed with Veiled Fate. I'm impressed with Fractured Skies. For Veiled Fate. No, I just have the regular. I've got minis, but not
the metal.
Not the. I've got the not the smallest.
You don't
retail.
have anything deluxe.
I don't have anything deluxe.
Basically,
but I have game trays. I got game trays. So my number 2, which is back here, is just a small little thing, and this is what my larger game group will primarily play. This is my favorite game of all time. I've said it numerous times on the channel. No, I own all of it except for this one little bit of it.
Of your favorite game
of my favorite game of all time.
What is this?
It's this little comic book extras pack for Rising Sun.
Is that all you don't own about it?
This is all I don't own.
So I own
Rising
everything
Sun.
of Rising Sun downstairs as well. And I don't like this game. I bought it specifically to
give away.
Not like it.
Right.
To do a giveaway or to now I'm thinking about selling it just because I'd like to pay off some credit card debt. But I am not bought into this.
Yeah, I absolutely love Rising Sun. I've said it numerous times on the channel.
Do you have the comic book?
I don't, because I was going to get this, and then it was like $30, and then shipping to Canada was like another $20.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what?
So for $50,
I'm not paying $50 US, which is like $70 Canadian for this thing, which is, you know, what I'm interested in. And especially when you can proxy it too, right? You can take
You don't like the game. Why are you putting it over there?
Because it'll take my collection from perfect to negative.
You're gonna get rid of it anyway.
He's missing one thing. You think I'm giving it to him?
It's and you can proxy the contents in it, right? Like you can really proxy it.
Yeah.
There's 3 little mini modes.
That sounds great.
Putting a card face down, and then you reveal it at the war phase, and like assassins kill someone in that space.
That sounds awesome.
Right?
I actually knew nothing about this.
Yeah.
That sounds really
yeah. And then it's got the Dice Tower promo set.
Oh, this also makes this makes you want to play it, right, Jesse?
I'm so excited to have it. I'm so excited
to
to
our
have
straight copy.
Yeah, this is amazing.
It's got the Dice Tower promo set and the Seasons cards, and I looked at the powers, and honestly, they seem like the most underwhelming set of Rising Sun.
Okay.
But it still would be fun to mix and match, and I've played Rising Sun, I don't know, 40 times
That's not
at this point. 40 to 50.
Maybe if it was 60, I would have considered.
It was 60? Well, you know what? I'll come back.
What's your number one? Let's see. What's your number one?
My number one is a game that I remember on Kickstarter. I remember thinking this looked really interesting and really good. It was in your permanent collection, and you know what? It's even
Jesse
out of
Anderson,
shrink.
I also backed this.
You also backed it?
This is my personal copy, so this is also not going anywhere.
Do we have multiple copies?
No, I keep a list of every game I back. I keep a list when I fill out the pledge manager. I keep it when it delivers.
Did I back
I am
this?
that anal.
Did
I
back
keep
this
track
as
of
well?
my
Or
games.
Did the publisher send me one?
I don't remember. You'll let me know.
Let's see.
Yeah, it looks really elegant. Just a smaller game. I think it's worker
Right,
placement.
I want to see if you can guess it.
In a post-apocalyptic
Oh, yeah,
world.
yeah.
Bag building that I like.
It's made by
Stan
Stan Kordonsky.
Yes.
Resurgence.
That's it.
Yes, good job.
This is your copy?
Yes, this is my copy.
Where's my copy?
Resurgence.
You didn't get a copy.
He didn't mail me a copy?
He did not mail you a copy.
Stan!
Well, you just would have given it away to me right now. He knew.
What's going on, my man? I knew we had a copy of this. I didn't realize that it was yours.
Yes, because Jesse, unlike most people, does not read who the mail is addressed to. He just thinks anything that shows up to my house is also his. So he opens up all of the packages, despite the fact that I order Kickstarters, things that I want to open and have the pleasure of opening. He opens all of my boxes. He deprives me of that joy.
For the record.
What?
We did a lovely unboxing of this.
I know, I wasn't even
was
here.
very happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the video
It was
of
good-
my
it was good
game
marketing.
that
Well,
I
You
bought.
kind of abandoned the domicile for like 6 months.
I
so
was chased out.
not my fault.
Yeah, but honestly, like I haven't played it, but I remember the Kickstarter. It was one that I almost like late pledged. I was really close to pulling the trigger on,
Great.
and I remember the feelings of it after going through the rule book. And I like the setting. I think Stan Kordonsky is a
You showed it to us
really
at a
talented
convention.
designer.
We took it home. We played it. I played it a
really
few
good.
times, and
Yeah.
now the final copy
This is the arguably replacement for Orleans.
Oh, cool.
Orleans, I love.
Yeah, I do too.
Shira has not
Never
played it
played.
yet, but this is right there. Right, this is competing for that
Cool.
type of love child. I would be hard pressed to choose between them in my collection.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I really like Orleans. My parents really enjoy Orleans as well.
The theme of this might be beat out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the style.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have 4 games
So
on
those
this
are the 10,
side.
11,
12.
12
There was 12.
that I'm stealing from.
We have
Jesse
4 on
and
this
Shira.
side.
Here's
I
my
get
thought.
to whittle this down to 2,
No,
and then
no,
Jesse
no,
gets
no.
to pick the final one.
Here's my thought.
What?
Here's my thought.
Yes.
First off, slide food chain Magnate over here. I love this game, but we have a permanent game group here in our area
That plays it.
that plays this already. They have it.
I
they
would
have it
feel bad to
organized.
steal it.
No, they
Yeah.
have it organized. They have it ready to go, so you can go home with this.
Oh,
Absolutely.
This is like the one he wants at least from the side
Shira.
of the player account.
Please bring Roccoco over here.
I don't have room in my house for
Oh,
these.
that's a problem you're going to have to deal with when you decided to become a thief. Roccoco, I have had this copy in my collection probably a couple years now, unopened. I really do want to play this with Shira. We'll be able to get to the table, but we're going to hit up the Lacerda games first. We've got a lot of things to play first. This is a game, especially because of what you said about theme, style of play. Also, you playing it with your partner.
Yeah.
I think you and her would really enjoy this.
Yeah.
I can get another copy of this down the road.
You can get another deluxe edition?
Absolutely.
Promise?
You have, yep. Eagle Griffin.
So I haven't even played this yet. It's not even my game.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
just like,
Here's the
it
thing.
tears things from me.
Yep. Here's the thing. This game is lovely. You have to play it within the next. You have to open it and play it within the next 6 months.
Oh yeah.
You have to. Period.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Shira,
Wait. Oh no.
please send over
Oh.
Beast.
This is awful.
Shira, I will proudly give you a copy of my copy of
You can't
Beast.
give him away all my deluxifications because I don't know if yours is coming with all
Mine
the
has all the
No,
deluxifications.
I backed it. I went through everything. I don't think your copy has it all.
My copy's downstairs. Has everything.
Promise.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they both came together.
Absolutely.
I saw the two.
Fine.
Saw that. That's why I
Beast-
specified that it was yours
Beast
up here.
is brilliant in every way, but I knew she didn't know mine in a rag.
Yeah.
Beast is brilliant in every way.
Terrifying.
We have a second copy of this, so you can absolutely take
Yes,
this
you
home.
can. In a heartbeat. Now that I know the second copy's in this house.
Now, the hard choice for you.
Mm-hmm.
Shira, please slide over Dogs of War. You have two things that are rare,
Mm-hmm.
hard to get your hands on, both of them from Simon.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is for your favorite game of all time, but might be the most mediocre part of that film.
Yeah.
The other one is a really brilliant, elegant game that I
plays at higher
purchased
player
the
counts.
moment after I played it. But I have not successfully got it to the table since I purchased it.
Mhm.
And Shira really, we played it once with Alex, she really didn't like it. It's not a good fit for my game
Don't
group.
remember it as
Exactly.
much. So
It's not a good fit for my game group. I even have had this potentially on the market at one point, but I couldn't bring myself to let it go. I've really enjoyed having you down. I can't wait to have you back. Which one of these two things are you going home with?
Are you pushing Dogs of War towards me?
No, pretty good.
Oh.
So they could see your deliberations.
Oh. I mean, this is
Do you
really
want to confer
tough.
with your friend on the channel who comes to visit?
This
I think his
is
name is Pedro?
Pablo.
Pablo!
Hey,
Pablo!
somebody say
Pablo.
Pablo.
Pablo here?
Pablo's
Yes,
here.
Pablo's
Hi,
here.
Pablo.
Pablo's
Hey,
in the
Pablo.
building.
Chris
That's what
should
the
do
people want.
about
Yeah.
this deliberation.
What do you
He's
want?
got these two wonderful games that he
Two
doesn't
games,
know
huh?
which one to choose.
Well, just whack these two and take them both. That's a very
That's-
simple answer.
Well, I don't think I should do that to
No,
them.
you
They've
should
been-
do
they've been
that.
very
You whack 'em,
generous.
You take everything
I
on this
would
table.
not-
Hey,
I
they
don't-
got
I
a
think
whole
you don't-
house we
I
can
don't want-
ransack.
no,
You
murder
just
is not the
murder.
option here.
Murder's always
Okay,
the option, all right? You
they're
take what
very
you
generous,
want.
and I'm not just
You
gonna,
take it.
you know.
Fine, then. Just search your
Okay,
heart,
yeah,
wise
I guess,
guy.
I
You know
guess
the answer.
Pablo has spoken,
Pablo's
and you both
spoken.
heard what
Pablo
Pablo
always
said.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
So we can all say it at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
thanks,
I'm
Pablo.
outta here.
He's
Yeah,
very
that's
busy guy. He's gone.
Yeah.
Bye, Pablo.
Are you sure you don't
no,
want to whack them both?
Yep, no, we'll see.
You
Yeah,
sure you don't
sorry.
want to whack them
Why does
both?
he have a knife?
Yeah, he does. He has a knife and a gun. He's a chili. He's a chili mafia.
On three,
He's
should we
a
all
mafia
say
member.
which one he's walking away with?
Mhm.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
Don't
Whack
worry.
them both. Oh,
You knew it. Wow.
Absolutely.
I'm impressed.
One, because I think he'd feel guilty.
Mhm.
Two, because it is for his favorite game of
Yeah.
all time.
It has to
If
be to
you have
complete
a
it.
game that is your game,
Yeah.
you finish that.
It was
Yeah.
like Wes trying to
Yeah.
take the child
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
It was like Wes trying to take the child from too many
And I'm going to
bones.
be honest, I wasn't ready to let go of Dogs of War. I would have, but I didn't
I'm glad you
want
guys
to.
and Pablo are all on the
That
same
was
page.
good. That was good. We well, okay. Well, this
So,
was me.
Thanks for stealing our games.
I feel
Wow.
this is
Now look
this
at
might
you.
be the end of the stealing the game collection.
Look at what type of person you are.
Jeez.
You
Oh right, yeah. Here's Fractured Sky.
horrible thief.
I don't have room.
Everyone in the comments should shame you. How dare you?
Yeah, this
coming
is
here
what
and
Walking
telling
in with
us,
murder when you come
telling
back.
us you insist on leaving with product.
I did off camera. I said,
Had
"Now,
your-
listen, if you've done so many giveaways on Quackalope, if you don't give these to me, I'm never coming
Had your
back."
guy pop in and threaten us.
That's
as
true.
well.
He was very threatening.
Yeah.
At least
You
I didn't
even
do what he
said-
suggested.
You even said we wouldn't be known for giveaways anymore.
I
if we
did.
would give you stuff.
I did say that, yeah. And you know what? That's how you get the goods. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.
We have genuinely, and Shira will attest. I do say thank you to people by giving gifts. It's how I say thank you to the channel. How I say thank you to content creators that come and visit. We would have sent you home with stuff either way, but really, your guy Chris George coming down here to film with us, spend the week with us, has been an incredible experience. It's been such a help. You are awesome to be around, and you are. I mean, Shira can
You
say
are a
it, 'cause she's-
fantastic
You're
on-camera
the same
personality.
person you're the same person on camera that you are like when you're just hanging out from the day to day.
He is one of the only board game content creators that I actually watch on a consistent basis. He is entertaining and knowledgeable. He brings the facts of like why you should not back games because your wallet is only so big and reasons not to back. And I think my favorite series is his crowdfunding roundup where he tells you what pledges, what campaigns are ending in the week so you can back them all on Monday right
So
after his video comes out.
You all watching this because you're at the end of the video, you already know that. But for me, this is just that extra little check mark of like, hey, this guy that I watch that's online, like, where's the like blue star verification? Right? He's a
We'll
good
be
guy.
moderator.
He's
and
a good
you're
guy.
Well,
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm not gonna let him sign out.
this is it.
He
With
doesn't have- he
anything
doesn't have a
other than...
tagline.
I mean,
He
I don't have a
tagline.
catchphrase.
He doesn't know his
Yes, you
ending.
do.
No.
We'll do it on 1, 2,
I don't have
Wombo
a catchphrase.
combo.
Thank you both. You're lovely people. Go check out all the gameplays as well. I'll post them and link them whenever they come out. But yeah, there's a lot of fun gameplays that we got going on. So, thanks for watching. Apparently, if I say those 2 words, I'm going to owe a lot of money.
$25
so,
to one person who timestamps it first. That's it. I'll bankroll that. Get it in.
just
there.
to one person.
Yeah, just to one person. It's the first person to timestamp.
Oh, it's just the first person.
Yeah, that's the rules. Them's the rules.
Oh, okay. Well then, in honor of Zachary Grumbich, who pioneered this thing, this right here, that's what I would call a wombo combo.
Yeah! If you're the first to timestamp that down below, let us know. Send him an email. We'll get $25 out your way for some board games.
Thanks everybody for watching. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.